Yes. Jai Hind and hello everyone. This is Sunil Jangid and I welcome you all at Crack Grade B, right? So in our last lecture we were discussing prepositions, right? So this is the final lecture if you talk about preposition. Just a minute. Yes, guys. As I said, this is the final lecture. This is the last lecture in preposition chapter. And we shall discuss today some of the individual prepositions as we started it yesterday. We discussed some of the prepositions like above, below. We not above, below. We just discussed the preposition was by and with, across and through. We discuss these four prepositions. So we shall know ki what are the rest prepositions, what are the individual prepositions, and in today's lecture we shall complete this chapter preposition, and on tomorrow we shall discuss some of the vocabulary, right? Some words, some root words you can say, and we shall start. I think you have heard a book that is Word Power Made Easy. So we shall start that particular book. We shall discuss some of the vocabulary part. So it's last lecture in preposition. So what are the rest preposition? Let us discuss. Okay. It's fifth preposition, right? So today we shall discuss preposition like in and into. In and into. What are the application of these prepositions? So make it sure we use preposition in before area or reason. Before area or reason. Yes. We use preposition words which denote to area or reason. So before such words we use a preposition in, right? Some of the words they denote to any area, any specific area or any reason. So before these words, before such words we use a preposition in. Okay. And after that, before you can say like bigger places. Before the name of bigger places we use a preposition in, and before you can say before months, years, or you can say season, century, we use preposition in, right? So let us talk about into. We use preposition into to show inward movement. Whenever you want to show inward movement in a sentence, we use a preposition into. Or second application of preposition into is to show transformation. Whenever you want to show transformation, when one thing changes into another, then it is called transformation. And to denote transformation we use a preposition into. These are two different applications of preposition into. So let us take some examples if you want to talk about. Then if I say there are 360 rooms, there are 360 rooms blank the Taj Palace Hotel. Sentence is there are 360 rooms blank the Taj Palace Hotel. And another sentence, the magician has turned. The magician has turned the lion blank the mouse. The magician has turned the lion blank the mouse. Another sentence, if I say on hitting water turns Water turns blank vapor. Okay, these three sentences you have, and in the first sentence, as we know, कि this word Taj Palace Hotel denotes to an area, and it is said there are 360 rooms. So these 360 rooms denotes the area of Taj Palace Hotel. This word Taj Palace Hotel denotes to the word that denotes to area, and before that particular word we use a preposition in. So in the first sentence, to denote area or region, we use a preposition in. Okay, but in the second sentence, if you talk about, it is said, it is, we are talking about transformation, right? It is the example of transformation, because it is said the magician has turned blank the lion. So lion is going to be turned into mouse. So to show transformation, we use a preposition into. In the second sentence, preposition into will be there. And if you talk about the last sentence, then it is said on heating water turns blank vapor. Again you are showing transformation, and to denote transformation we use a preposition into. So again in the third sentence, preposition into will be there. But the main concept is what? The main concept is the concept of months, years, season or century. So let us take one or two examples. Examiner usually put questions from these things: months, year, season, century. Rest things are general, right? You know them very well, but it sometimes it becomes a little bit typical. So what is the case? What is the concept? If I say, if I say they will visit, they will visit the hill station, they will visit the hill station in next July. The sentence is they will visit the hill station in next July. Okay, if you just consider this sentence, you know this word July denotes to month. This is name of any month, and before month's name we use a preposition in, I said. But make it sure a descriptive word you have, and the descriptive word is what? That is next. Make it sure whenever any of these descriptive words, there are 6 descriptive words. What are these words? Make it sure this, that, next, last, each or every. These 6 words are descriptive, you can say. If you get any of the descriptive words before months, year, season, century, this descriptive word now make this word adverb. Now it becomes adverb. This complete word, next July, because of this descriptive word, now it becomes adverb. And as we discussed before, adverbs we don't use any prepositions. Prepositions are not used before adverbs. We have discussed this concept. So drop preposition what? Drop preposition in, right? So the concept is what? The concept is, if any of the descriptive word, if any of the descriptive words like, if any of the descriptive words like this, that, this, that, each, every, next or last, next or last is given. If any of the descriptive words is given before months, years, season, century, season, century, in this situation drop preposition in. Drop preposition in. This is the concept, right? And the reason I told you, because of this descriptive word, now it becomes adverb, and we don't use any preposition before adverbs, right? But you can easily say, in July. In July can be there, right? In 2010 can be there, in winter, in 17th century can be there. But if you get any of these descriptive words before month, year, season, century, now it becomes adverb. And as we know, prepositions are not used before adverbs, right? We know this concept very well. So this is the case of, you can say, descriptive words. Or let us talk about inward movement. Inward movement, if I say there was a frog, blank the well. There was a frog, blank the well, and another fell blanket, and another fell blank it. Okay, in this sentence, we know very well this word well is the area for a frog, right? This is area denoting word. So before area denoting word, we use a preposition in, and it is said, and another fell blanket. Just suppose this one is well, right? And there is a frog in this well. So for this frog, this well is what? This well is area. And if I say another fell blanket, whenever this frog fell inside this well, now it shows inward movement. To show inward movement, we use a preposition into. So sentence will be like, there was a frog in the well and another fell into it, right? So let us move to the next preposition, and the next preposition is at. Okay, we shall discuss a preposition at now. This is 7th preposition at. So make it sure this preposition is used before place as a point. Before place as a point. Whenever we denote point to a place, in that particular situation, before place as a point, we use a preposition at. Okay, and the next concept is preposition at is used before fixed time. Whenever any fixed time is given, we use preposition at. Before is denoting words, we use a preposition at. To denote rate, whenever we talk about any rate of anything, we use preposition at. And one more, you can say, place as a point, fixed time, age, rate, or you can say smaller places, we use preposition at. Let us take some examples. If you talk about, if I say, the sentence is, the meeting was held blank the Taj Palace Hotel. The meeting was held blank the Taj Palace Hotel. Second sentence is, the train is arriving blank the platform number 1. The train is arriving blank the platform number 1. This is the second sentence. Okay, in both the sentences, we know it very well. It is said the meeting was held blank the Taj Palace Hotel. So this word Taj Palace Hotel is the place as a point. Place as a point to held a meeting, right? So before place as a point, we use a preposition at. So sentence will be, the meeting was held at the Taj Palace Hotel. Okay. In the second sentence also, it is said the train is arriving blank the platform number 1. Again, this platform number 1 is place as a point, and before place as a point, we use a preposition at, right? Many of the examples you can take, just like enjoy movie and beverages at PVR cinemas. We usually listen such type of statement whenever you go for a movie during interval or before starting the movie. We just listen such type of sentences. Enjoy movie and beverages at PVR cinemas. So to enjoy movie and beverages, PVR cinemas is the place as a point, and before place as a point we use a preposition at. Okay, let us take some examples, some more examples. Like if I say a black and white cow, a black and white cow was sitting blank the platform number 1. A black and white cow was sitting blank the platform number 1. So in this sentence, you know what happens? In this sentence, this blank, not the platform number 1. A black and white cow was sitting blank the center of the circle. The center of the circle. This is the complete sentence. A black and white cow was sitting blank the center of the circle. And again, this word center of the circle, if you talk about this word center of the circle, is, you can say, place as a point for sitting a black and white cow. So before place as a point we use a preposition at, right? So these three sentences are the examples, you can say, examples of place as a point. So let us talk about fixed time. You know very well, you know about fixed time. We just say this class starts at 4 p.m. or any fixed time, you can say 12:30, 9:47, okay, and 1:10. These are the examples of fixed time, and before fixed time we use a preposition at. Again, let us take an example of age denoting words, and the sentence is a sentence. If I say my friend got a job in the Air Force, my friend got a job in the Air Force blank the age of 16. My friend got a job in the Air Force blank the age of 16. So this word age of 16, this word denotes to the age, and before age denoting words we use a preposition at, right? We use a preposition at. Sentence is okay. So let us take some example. Rate denoting words, words which denote rate, we use a preposition at before them. For example, if I say milk sells blank rupees 65 per liter, milk sells blank rupees 65 per liter. So this word rupees 65 per liter, this word denotes to what? It denotes to rate. This is the rate, and before words which denote to rate we use a preposition at. Okay, for example, if I say this train runs at the speed of 100 kilometer per hour, right? At the speed of, we just use preposition at before words denoting rate. Okay, sentences are okay. Let us take some more examples. Just a minute, give me 1 minute. Okay, let us move to the next slide, and now we shall discuss some other prepositions, like if I say one is above, above, below, over, and under. Above, below, over, under. These four prepositions. So make it sure, whenever we want to show the sense of higher than, to show the sense of higher than we use above, and to show the sense of lower than we use a preposition below. Same thing happens when we talk about higher than we use a preposition over, and when we talk about the sense of lower than we use a preposition under, right? So to show the sense of higher than and lower than we use these different four preposition. But make it sure, whenever level or standard is given, whenever any level or standard is given, to in case of level or standard, and if you want to show the sense of higher than we use above, and in case of lower than we use a preposition below. But make it sure level or standard must be there. For example, if I say, I think you have heard about APL and BPL. APL and BPL, right? Above poverty line and below poverty line. So why we use above or below? Why don't we use over and under poverty line? Reason behind, we have a level or standard here, and this is the level or standard of what? The level or standard of, you can say income level, right? The level or standard of income. The government has decided some income standard, and the persons who earn more than that particular level or standard, such people comes under above poverty line, and the people who don't earn, or who earn lower than that particular level or standard, such people come under BPL, yani ki below poverty line, right? So that's why it is said APL or BPL. Okay, but make it sure, whenever level or standard is not given, in that case we use a preposition over. And our next application is that, to show the sense of cover, we use a preposition in. So let us take some examples. If I say, first sentence is, Mount Everest is 8849 meters blank the sea level. Mount Everest is 8849 meters blank the sea level. First sentence. Second sentence, if I say, the river is flowing blank the danger level. The river is flowing blank the danger level. Third sentence is, your performance was blank my expectations. Your performance was blank my expectations. And the last sentence is, she denied to marry a man blank 30. Okay, these are four sentences, and right now we are discussing different four prepositions above, below, over, under. To show the sense of higher than we use above and over, and to show the sense of lower than we use a preposition above and over. To show the sense of higher than, and to show the sense of lower than we use below and under. Okay, but the difference is that in case of above and below, we always denotes to standard or level, right? So in the first sentence it is said Mount Everest is 8849 meters blank the sea level. So in this sentence it is said 8 blank the sea level, this is the level, this is the standard. And make it sure also, whenever any data is being given, whenever any data is given, in that situation also we use above or below. But in this particular sentence we know Mount Everest is 8849 meters above the sea level. And in the second sentence, the river is flowing blank the danger level. Again this word danger level, in all rivers it is always mentioned, it the danger level is always mentioned, right? It can be anything like 4 feet, 10 feet, or 15 feet, whatever. So this is the word which denotes to level or standard, and before such words we use a preposition above, above, below. So both the prepositions can be there, above or below, both can be there, right? Any one of these two can be the answer. Okay, third sentence, your performance was blank my expectations. So make it sure this word expectation also denote to what? It also denote to any level or standard, right? We always expect something, or you can say parents always expect something from us. Okay, you are able to score 70%, 80%, 90%, 99%. They expect something. So this word expectation also denotes to level or standard, and before this word level standard we can use a preposition above. Your performance was above my expectation. Just suppose if I have expected कि you shall score 60% marks or 70% marks, but you have scored 95% marks. So it is something like above my expectation, right? And below can also be there. Below can also be there. Just suppose I expected कि you will score 95%, but your score was, but you scored something like 60% or 65%. So now this situation becomes below my expectations, right? And make it sure also, in this sentence we can also use beyond. Beyond can also be there. Preposition beyond can also be there. Beyond means something to be different from expectations, or you can say not from expectations. Beyond means to be different of something, right? Just suppose if I have expected 50%, but you have scored 99%. So this is something like beyond the expectations, right? So beyond, or you can say above or below, any one of these three prepositions can be your answer, right? So let us move to the next example. It is said she denied to marry a man blank 30. So this word 30 also denotes to, you can say, level or standard, and to denote level standard we use a preposition above or below. But some of the phrases we also have, some of the phrases like have heard overconfident, overconfident, over smart, right? Over smart, or over experienced, right? Over, you can say overjoy, right? These are some phrases in which we use a preposition over and under. Underestimate, underpower, underraise, overraise, right? These are the examples of some phrases. But in this situation we are talking about above 30 or below 30. This word 30 denotes to any level or standard, and in case of level or standard we use a preposition above, below. So let us take some more examples. If I say the sentence is, there is a bridge there is a bridge blank the river, right? And if I say birds are flying blank that building. Next sentence, put the blanket blank the sleeping child, right? These are the examples of, you can say, higher than or lower than. In the first sentence, it is said there is a bridge blank the river over the river. There is nothing like level or standard. So whenever level or standard is absent and you want to show the sense of higher than or lower than, we use a preposition over under. Like in the first sentence, there is a bridge over the river, birds are flying blank that building over that building, right? To show the sense of higher than building. Level or standard is absent in both the sentences. In the third sentence it is said put the blanket blank the sleeping child. Means here we are talking about to cover, to show the sense of cover, right? And to show the sense we use a preposition over, right? So sentence will be like put the blanket over the sleeping child. So these are the sentences, these are the sentences these are the examples regarding preposition above, below, over, under. So let us move to the next prepositions, and the prepositions are like between and among, between and among, these two prepositions, between and among. Okay, so if you talk about between, we use this preposition to show relation between two. Whenever there is a relation between two, for two we use preposition between, not between two, for two. When there is a discussion in which two are involved, we use a preposition between. And to talk about more than two, we use a preposition what? Among, right? These are two different applications. So let us take some examples. If I say distribute the mangoes blank both the friends, distribute the mangoes blank both the friends. Next sentence is distribute the mangoes blank them. Okay, in both the sentences, okay, in the first sentence it is said ki both the friends we are talking for two, and in this situation we use preposition between in the first sentence. But here this word they, or objective case of they is them, right? So make it sure they always denotes to more than one, it denotes to two or more than two, right? It is suitable for both. Whether we are talking about two or more than two, we use a pronoun they. But make it sure whenever it is not clear ki we are talking about two or more than two, in that case it always denotes to more than two, and here we use a preposition among. So sentence will be like distribute the mangoes among them. Okay, but if I say, if I speak like this, I met Ritik and Rohan. I met Ritik and Rohan, full stop, distribute the mangoes blank them. in this situation you can just consider here this word them. Now it denotes to what? It denotes to two. Reason behind, we have already discussed a person Ritik and second one is Rohan. So again in the next sentence, distribute the mangoes blank them. This word them now denotes to two, Ritik and Rohan. In this situation we use a preposition between. In this situation we use a preposition between. Now between can be there. Distribute the mangoes between them. Okay, I think you are getting my point. So let us move to the next sentence, and this is the most important, which we will discuss now. And the sentence is, if I say distribute these notes among every students. Okay, the sentence is distribute these notes among every students. So now what can be there? Here in the sentence we have a preposition, and the preposition is what? Among, right? This is the preposition, and this preposition is always when we talk about more than two. So this word students is also denoting to more than two persons, right? Students we are talking about. And in this sentence we have a descriptive word, and the descriptive word is every, right? I told you some of the 6 descriptive words like this, that, next, last, each and every. And make it sure any of these descriptive words always demands a singular noun or pronoun. I said such descriptive words always demands a singular noun or pronoun. So according to this descriptive word, this noun must be singular. But make it sure here we are talking about a preposition among, or between can be there. In case of between or among, we always talk about plural noun, whether you are talking about two or more than two, both are plural. So between and among is always used for a plural noun, but this word descriptive word always demands to a singular noun. We can't make it singular. That's why in this situation what we do, we drop a descriptive word every from this sentence, and now it will be fine. The sentence will be like distribute these notes among students. This every cannot be here. Reason behind, I said word each, every, this, that, next or last, all these descriptive words demand a singular noun, but in this sentence we can't use singular noun because of between or among. That's why here we drop descriptive word. So sentence, the concept is what? The concept is don't use any descriptive word. And I told you the descriptive words, right? Each, every, this, that, next or last, before, not before, with, between and among preposition. Among or between prepositions. Don't use any descriptive word with these prepositions. Right? So this is the concept. Okay, let us take some more examples. We always speak like this. We just say, if I say a sentence, okay, just understand, we have a word among, right? And we have another word that is among us, right? We have another word among us, right? So what is the difference between both the words? Make it sure we use this word among us before vowel sound. Before vowel sound we use preposition among us, sound words, right? These words must be more than two. And we use among before what? Before consonant sound words. Before consonant sound starting words. Consonant sound words. Before consonant sound words, we use a preposition among, and before vowel sound words, we use a preposition amongst. Okay, let us take some examples. Examples are like, if I say distribute these notes blank us, or you can say our friends. Us can also be there, or you can say our friends. So both the words, if you talk about this us, or you can say our friends, these are the vowel sound words, right? These are the vowel sound words. In this situation, we use a preposition amongst. We use a preposition amongst, right? So here this word them, or you can say students, or you can say boys, or you can say girls. All these words are the sound of what? These are the words of consonant sounds, right? Whenever you talk about consonant sound words, we use a preposition among, and whenever sound is of vowel, right, in that particular situation, we use a preposition among us. So this is the basic difference between among and amongst. Both are used before our plural noun, and noun denoting to more than two. Noun denoting to more than two. But make it sure there is a difference between both the word. Before vowel sound words, we use preposition amongst, and before consonant sound words, we use a preposition among. So let us take some more examples. There is a sentence like, there is a sentence, I found a ring. I found a ring blank the rackets of the plane. The sentence is, I found a ring blank the rackets of the plane. Okay, in this sentence, now let us talk about two different word, and that word is amid or amidst, right? Amid or amidst. Both the prepositions are used before uncountable noun. Before uncountable noun, we use amid or amidst to show the sense of in mid, के बीच में, के बीच में की सेंस को शो करने के लिए whenever you have an uncountable noun, we use amid or amidus. There is no basic difference between both the words. You can use any one of these two. Amid, you can say amid or amidus, right? Before uncountable noun, before uncountable nouns, we use what? Amid or amidus. But when you talk about among or amongst, what is the difference between both the words? Among or amongst? These, or you can say between also. Between can also be there. So these three prepositions are used before countable nouns. Before countable nouns. Right? This word between is used for two. This word among, more than two. Amongst, this one is also for more than two. But the sound of consonant before consonant sound starting words, and this word among us before vowel sound starting words. But make it sure noun must be countable. Noun must be countable. And if you talk about amid or amidus, in this situation we talk about uncountable nouns, right? So same thing happens in the sentence. Here we are talking about blank the rackets of the plane, and as we know, this word rackets is just like, you can say, a lining between lining. When we join two different long parts, no, there is always a lining, or you can say joining, you can say joining appearance, right? जब दो parts को connect किया जाता है, जोड़ा जाता है, तो दोनों के बीच में एक जो लाइनिंग हो जाती है ना, दरार जिसको हम बोलते हैं, वही क्या कहलाती है, रैकेज बोली जाती है. एंड दिस इज प्योर अनकाउंटेबल नाउन, राइट. सो इन दिस, बिफोर दिस अनकाउंटेबल नाउन, don't use among or among us. Here word amid or amidust will be there. Use either amid or amidust. That's it. Sentence will be fine now. Okay, let us take another example. We have a sentence, and the sentence is, distribute these notes between, distribute these notes between every student, between every student and the next. Distribute these notes between every student and the next. Okay, let us understand this sentence. Distribute the mangoes, distribute these notes between every student and the next. Okay, in this sentence, we have a preposition. In this sentence, we have a preposition, and the preposition is what? Between, right? This is the preposition. And as I said, whenever we talk about this descriptive word always demand a singular noun. And here we have a singular noun, and the noun is what? Noun is student. And we have a coordinate conjunction, and after this coordinate conjunction, a word, the next, this word also denotes to one. So here we are talking about this singular noun, this is also singular noun. And for two, whenever we talk about two different persons, we use a preposition between, and between always demands a conjunction and. Between always demands a conjunction and. Now this sentence is fine. This sentence is fine. As I said, all these descriptive words, I told you some of the 6 descriptive word, this, that, each, every, next and last. And these descriptive words demands a singular noun. Here we have a singular noun, and after that, and the next, this word, the next, this word is, you can say, ordinal number. This ordinal number always denotes to a singular. This is one, this is one. We are talking about two. Whenever we talk about two, we use a preposition between, and between always demands a coordinate conjunction and. So it can be there, we can speak like this, we can write like this. This is right structure, you can say. Okay, so this is the conjunction between, and this is the preposition between and among. I hope you are getting my point, right? So in next lecture, in next lecture, you can say tomorrow, we shall start vocabulary part, and I will tell you some of the words from the book Word Power Made Easy. We shall start that particular book, right? So we shall start vocabulary tomorrow. Okay, so keep sharing these sessions with your friends and relatives, invite them all. Subscribe the channel if you have not subscribed yet. Subscribe Crack Grade B. And I think this is enough from my side. I just keep my finger crossed for you. So it's enough. Take care. Bye bye. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you much. Thank you very much.